Hi, Tom. Sophia Soda with the Nerds of Color. Such a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Likewise, nice to see you, Sophia.
Nice to see you as well. And first off, you were obviously fantastic in the film as
Thank
expected.
you.
But what I love about it is you've made it clear you were a fan of the Uncharted games, kind of like how you were a fan of Spider-Man before you got the roles in those movies. So I'm curious, what is it like when you are a real fan of something before joining the project?
I think it makes it that much more special.
Yeah.
I have a love for these games, as do so many people around the world. So I really felt that sense of responsibility to bring this character to life in the most authentic way possible. I know so many people around the world were a little skeptical of the decision to cast me as Nathan Drake, but I can honestly say I have really done the work and done as much research as I can to make this character, live up to your expectations in every way possible.
I think everyone's going to be really impressed. So
Awesome. That's
definitely.
great to hear. Thank you.
Of course. And you're also an executive producer for the film. So huge congrats on that. Can you talk about that experience and what it added for you?
Yeah, it was a very important thing for me to try and chase. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, I was a huge fan of the games, and I wanted that to be an asset that the studio could use. And again, I've been saying this, and the producers are going to hate me for saying this, but they're all old men, all of them. And I'm 25 and have played the games. So they needed someone at the table who was able to speak on behalf of the young kids around the world who are very excited to watch this film. So I was delighted to be given the opportunity to be a producer. I really enjoyed the sort of steep learning curve I was on to sort of get up to speed as to what the duties of a producer are. And, I hope it is the first of many shows I get to produce.
Definitely. And you also got to do a lot of real sets rather than just a simple blue screen. What did that add for you acting wise? And was there a favorite set for you to be on?
I think in the early stages of development of this film, one of our largest inspirations was Indiana Jones. And obviously, back in the day, those films were made with practical sets and
Yeah.
practical stunts. So I think it was very important to Ruben, myself, Mark, and the studio to shoot this movie in the most sort of nostalgic way possible, which was building practical sets, doing practical stunts, traveling to practical locations. So for us, it was really fun to kind of make a movie in the old school way. And I think it really comes across on the screen.
Definitely. And what was the most rewarding part of the role of Nathan for you? Did you learn something acting wise or personal wise, anything like that?
I think from a skill set point of view, I obviously learned to be a bartender, which was really fun. I have some new
Yeah.
skills that I can show off at parties. But for me, the most rewarding part of these films is showing them to my family. I had the pleasure of doing that a few days ago, and they all really enjoyed it. My dad and Sam really, really enjoyed it, which meant a lot to me. So that's always the most rewarding part of making these films.
Yeah. What has been your family's favorite film of yours? Do they have a favorite? Did they have a best reaction that you kind of remember?
I think No Way Home would probably have to be a favorite. My dad's favorite is The Devil All the Time. He was a big fan of that
You were
film.
amazing
Uh,
in that.
Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed making that film, and I'm very proud of that one. Antonio is a wonderful director. But Paddy hasn't seen Uncharted yet, but I think Uncharted will probably be Paddy's favorite.
Yeah. Oh, well, huge congrats on everything. Thank you so much again for taking the time. It is always such a pleasure to speak with
I
you. We'll
appreciate
speak
it.
again soon.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Speak to you soon.